Hello everyone, it's me again. How will Tu Tien feel when she meets her ex-husband again? Second day working at Jack's company. Tu Tien woke up early when it was still dark. Because I know that my working hours are important. Holding her small bag, she hurried out of the house. It's only day 2, but Tu Tien has a feeling like I have been doing this job for a long time. Arriving at the company at around 7 p.m., Tu Tien looked up at the sleek, modern building, much more impressive than the small offices she had worked in before. It felt strange yet comforting. She was finally in a stable job, and that was all that mattered. Lan adjusted the janitor uniform provided by the company as she walked inside. She could feel her heart race, excitement mixed with nervousness. As she passed by the reception, the security guard greeted her with a friendly smile. "Good morning, you're early today. Are you the new janitor?" he asked. "Yes, I'm Tu Tien. This is only my second day," she replied with a slight nod. The guard gestured toward the staircase, and Tu Tien hurried upstairs, feeling both shy and self-conscious. The large office was intimidating, and she was keenly aware of the clear division between the office workers and someone like her, who cleaned up after them. Despite the professional atmosphere of the company, not everyone was friendly. Some of the office workers made her tasks more difficult, asking her to do things outside her responsibilities. One morning, as she was cleaning the hallway, a woman walked by without noticing her. The woman stepped right on the freshly cleaned floor and glanced at Lan without a word, saying, "Couldn't you clean faster? It's still dirty." Tu Tien was surprised but said nothing, simply bowing her head. Since her divorce, she had learned to ignore the thoughtless comments and focus on the work that was hers to do. Later, as she was tidying up a meeting room, a middle-aged woman in a sharp suit approached her. "Why are you cleaning the tables without moving these documents? Isn't that your job?" Tu Tien didn't respond. She gently placed the cloth down, apologizing. "I'll be more careful next time." The woman's words stung, but Lan kept her calm. She wasn't unprofessional, she was simply doing the job she was hired to do. In the afternoon, while Tu Tien was cleaning a classroom, she froze when she saw a familiar face standing outside the door. It was her ex-husband. Chen had always been distant and uninterested in her feelings during their marriage. After their divorce, Tu Tien had promised herself she would move forward and leave him behind. But now, seeing him in the hallway of her new workplace was an unwelcome shock. Tu Tien sighed, but kept her head down. After all, her life had changed after her divorce. She'd learned to keep her emotions in check. But sometimes, it was hard not to feel the sting of disrespect. Later, as she was cleaning near the office of the CEO, Tu Tien froze. Standing outside was her ex-husband Chen. He looked different, haggard, unkempt, but it was him, the same man who had once promised her the world, only to break it. "Tu Tien?" Chen called, his voice cold. "You work here?" Tu Tien nodded without saying a word. She didn't want to engage, but she also didn't want to show weakness. "Yes, I'm working here now." Chen's eyes narrowed, a look of disdain crossing his face. "I can't believe it. You're here, cleaning up after others." Before Tu Tien could respond, a voice interrupted. It was Jack, the CEO. He walked up, his expression firm but calm. "Who are you?" he asked Min. "This is a private workplace. You need to leave." Chen glanced at Jack and, realizing who he was, scowled. "I'm just looking for my ex-wife. I don't see what's wrong with that." Jack's face darkened. "If you need to speak to her, arrange it outside of the company. We don't allow disruptions here." Tu Tien stood silently, feeling the tension between them. She didn't want Jack to get involved, but she also appreciated his defense of her. After the confrontation, Jack approached Tu Tien in the break room. He sat across from her, his tone soft. "Are you okay?" Tu Tien smiled weakly. "Yes, thank you. I just didn't want to cause any trouble." Jack nodded. "You're one of my employees." It's my job to make sure you're treated fairly. If anyone gives you trouble, let me know. I won't stand for it." Tu Tien felt a warmth from his words. It wasn't romantic, but it was reassuring. In this new, challenging environment, Jack's kindness gave her a sense of security. That evening, Jack visited Tu Tien's modest apartment. It was simple, but the care she put into it was clear. "If you ever need help," Jack said, sitting down across from her, "don't hesitate to ask. I don't want you to feel alone." Tu Tien looked at him, her eyes tired but grateful. "Thank you, Jack, but I don't know what to say. I thought my life would be different by now, but everything's so uncertain." Jack didn't respond with words. He simply gave her a look of understanding, his presence offering a sense of comfort in the midst of her struggles.